All right, guys, don't forget about Underdog Wireline, man. I'm doing a quick shout out for these guys. You know, they've been sponsoring us since day one almost, man. So it's a great guys, great company. You know, if you need a logged, perfed, you know, they do completion, open hole. They got they got drop guns, man. They got lay down machines. They got all kinds of stuff, dude. So check them out. Don't forget, I'm gonna put the number up right here. Look them up, man. They're great people. They know how to get it done. I worked with them personally out here, you know, especially on the wireline side. So I know exactly what they're doing. Their hands are out there helping out. So I've said it before. I'll say it again, man. Hit them up. They're the best out here. Give them a shout out, dude.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Patch Boys again, here to announce yet another sponsor, Branded 14 Hot Shot Services LLC. They offer hot shot work, ESP spooling, ESP technician service, and heavy hauling with semis. These guys are local. They're helping us out, so we want to help them out. Go give them a call at 432-638-1755. All the other information we're going to put right down here, so you guys can give them a call, send them an email, however you need to get in contact with them. We appreciate it.
So we should be good.
All right, what's up, everybody? Patch Boys are back. We got a very special guest with us, Evan Harrington, and if I say it wrong, you let me know, but I think I'm spot on, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna let him introduce himself or at least introduce his business, what he's doing currently, and really let him talk, because the man has done so much, and we want to give him his time to do so. But we do want to say thank you very much for coming by and giving us the time. You're a very short time away from launching, so we are very grateful for you coming in, right? So yeah, man, take it away. Who are you? What do you do? What's upcoming? And give us the whole spiel, man.
Yeah, so Evan Harrington. I run I-9 Sports here in West Texas, where we serve Lubbock all the way down here to Midland and Odessa. We offer youth sports leagues and clinics for kids ages 3 to 12. And what separates us from other sports leagues is we focus on the character building piece of it first, and then the skill development piece of it second. Because as a former coach, I know that ball's going to stop bouncing. So are we taking everything that we're learning on the field, right, and applying it to our lives every day to be better human beings and be leaders of our great country, you know? So awesome. That's what we're all about. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
I want to join up now. I know I'm a little older, but I think it's awesome, man. And a lot of people I don't know if you know this, but he was a former Dallas Cowboys coach, and you've also played football overseas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you coach or you play football?
I played football. I coached all that good stuff.
Man,
so blessed and fortunate to allow football to take me literally all over the world. So yeah,
awesome.
That's amazing, man.
That's what's crazy to me. Like I knew who you were and all that, and I was excited about it. But when I started really reading everything that you've done, and I saw you went overseas. And then I was just like, man. And then you were on Last Chance U.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, with the Kansas, right?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, like, man, I love that show, and I know I've seen the episodes. So I was like, man, I got to go back and check it out. You know?
It's like, it's funny, you start brushing off a little dirt of your career and everything that you've done, and it just keeps going. We're like, oh shoot, like we're deep into this now and everything. So yeah, we definitely want to give you plenty of time to talk about all your stuff, and of course everybody, because it's primarily Dallas Cowboy country out here. Of course, they're gonna want to hear about your stint with the Cowboys. And so, between what years were you with the Cowboys?
So I was with the Cowboys from 2022 to this past year.
Awesome.
So yeah, I started off in the quarterback room, and then the last 2 years I was leading the running back. So that was a lot of fun.
Man, I saw you with Pollard, dude, and,
man.
And I'm a Cowboys fan, a guy, and I got excited, bro. Like I said, then I seen a photo of you, like you were tagged in with Dak Prescott and them, and I was like, oh man, I don't know. I always get Dak. I try to get him for fantasy now. These guys make fun of me, man. When he first started his first season, they're like, I picked my first. I never really played fantasy.
True story.
Yeah, and I go first rounder. I had to said Dak Prescott, and everybody laughed at me, dude. And I was like, "What? Everybody laughing at me for?" And that dude killed it, dude. I was so happy I got it, man.
He pulled it off, man. It's nobody would have thought, right? I mean, you're gonna hit here and there, but quarterbacks is really tough.
Yeah.
And a fourth rounder, we were like, oh man, come on, bro. You might as well take Dan Bailey. I think at the time it was probably Dan Bailey or whatever, right? So yeah, I always give him, we always talk mess. I'm a Raiders fan, so we're always,
good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, believe me. But I always tell them, like, the two teams that are really similar is the Raiders and the Cowboys. Like, they're really eerily similar, and
How so?
Because they had a lot of success in past history.
Gotcha.
And now, like, ownership, people are having trouble staying in the past, right? And our two teams stayed in the past. That's what we believe is wrong, and what I believe is wrong, right? When you're a couch, what do they call it? Couch GMs, right?
Yeah,
You're like, why would you do that? You know, we don't understand the whole stuff behind that. But, like, for instance, you being in that room, what do you think of Schottenheimer?
I think he's going to do an amazing job.
You think so?
He is a player's coach. He's been in it for a long time, doing his time with his father was a head coach, you know, so he's got to learn from his dad, from that experience. He's also learned from Coach Carroll, learned from Coach McCarthy as well. So he is set up for success through his experience, and then him as a person and his family, he's going to excel.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the Raiders and the Cowboys, dude, I'm telling you, I don't know why. And that's why it makes for such interesting games. Like the last time they played, breaking records during Thanksgiving when they played, and I think the same thing is going to happen when they play in Vegas this year, and hopefully the same. You know, we get the same result hopefully on this side, right? But anyway, back to you, right? So obviously you had a lot of experience with the coaching staff. Who did you directly work with? Were y'all really close, like with head coaching, or was it more of the offensive coordinator? How exactly does your position work? I've always wondered that, like how exactly it trickles down. You know what I mean?
So last year I was the running backs coach. You know, I'm just leading the running backs throughout the week. The same thing the year before, but the year before I actually was doing Coach McCarthy's his play sheet. So that's a whole different monster when you're putting together his play calls and you're spending a lot of time with him. You know, he's telling you what he likes, what he doesn't like, and it was a great experience for me to learn and grow. You know, so
that's amazing, man. I can only imagine, because we always get to the only behind the scenes stuff that we get to see is like, you know, they do a TikTok and they're rattling off this insane play, and like, I don't even understand how you even keep track of that. So I can imagine you messing with the head coach's play sheet, right? And then especially McCarthy, you know, everybody knows McCarthy, Super Bowl champion coach. Like it's crazy. Were you ever just like, wow, this is too much? This is or you have an offensive mind, or?
It's overwhelming, to say the least, because he's had so much success everywhere. You know, he's learned from some of the best coaches in the game, and when you get to work with a quarterback like Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, and you win a Super Bowl, and then, you know, he has all these ideas, you just soak it up like a sponge, you know. So and then you have a great leader like Dak, and then you have the experience with Coach Quinn, and you can see his success that he's having. So we were just surrounded around great people, you know, coaching wise, and then you get to work for Mr. Jones, which is just incredible. You have that star on your chest, and you know you're proud. I grew up a Cowboys fan from DC. Grew up a Cowboys fan, so it was a dream come true.
Awesome.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know, and you know, like that's what's awesome. Like, you know, this, because I've seen Pollard come down a few summers, like for programs around here. But like you're actual coach, you worked with these people, and then you got this program. It's on the 22nd, right? This on Monday, right? I'm guessing
it's on Tuesday. So
Tuesday. There we go.
We got the Nike summer camp coming up, and that's for kids ages 5 to 12. It's a unique camp where we're doing multi-sports every single day. So your child, he'll start off with flag football, do that for 45 minutes. He'll be with me. I'm leading that portion. Then he'll go to basketball. Nice. We got Travoisi Jackson. He's going to be the athletic director at the Midland Athletic Syndicate that we're building out here. He's also from Midland, was a superstar basketball player out here. He's leading that portion. Then you'll have lunch. Then we'll go to the soccer portion where the kids will be with one of the FC West Texas soccer players. He's leading that. And then we got a baseball coach out there coaching, former college player as well. So kids get to experience all 4 sports every single day from Tuesday to Friday.
That's amazing.
9 to 3. So and then we're also having businessmen come in and speak to the kids, because again, we're all about the character development part of it. So we got Big John Norman, who's one of our city councilmen here. Awesome. He'll be coming out and speaking to the kids. He just got inducted to the Texas High School Hall of Fame with Pat Mahomes and Robert Griffin. So we got business people coming out and telling them what they've learned through sports to help them be successful in life.
Oh, awesome, man.
That's awesome, man. Like it's become something that's like completely separate from school nowadays, teaching kids, you know, financial stuff. Like you try to teach your kids like how the world really works, like taxes taxing them and stuff like that, especially taxing them, right?
Yeah.
But they don't really understand, right? And it's very difficult for a parent to have those tools to teach when I'm not a businessman, right? We're not businessmen, right? We do stuff like that. So that, I mean, that's amazing, man. I've never heard of something so inclusive as that, especially around here, man. I think it's gonna be great, man.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
I mean, the thing about it is, growing up, grew up in the church, and my dad, he always put me around people that when he didn't have the information for me, he's like, all right, go spend time with Mr. John. All right, you're going to go spend time with, I call him my Uncle Richard, your church is your uncle, you've been around some people. Go spend time with Uncle Richard. And it takes a village to build and raise a child. And I think that's the great thing. We've only been out here 4 weeks in West Texas, but the hospitality and the people here, man, it's no way you can fail unless you step on your own foot, you shoot yourself in your own foot, so it takes a village. I mean, you got podcasts like this that's bringing the information to the people, whether it's sports, whether it's, I know you guys had the big guy with the basketball.
Oh yeah.
You got all types of people coming and delivering information that's trying to make a great impact on this community. So
man. He has a great testimony, man. It was really.
He's a really good guy.
And then the FCA too that they're a part of that was awesome. One thing about football, like especially with coaching, like I see you trying to build these kids up with like a great. I don't know, like it's like a great, like they got I don't know, they're strong, man. They got great strong roots and all that. But like my son always said that, man. I always told my wife, like, hey, we got to keep him in football because it's going to grow him up good. He's have good friends. And I think what y'all are doing is pretty good with that. You know, I respect stuff like that, man.
And they can figure out what sport they want to pursue, right?
Yes,
that's true.
Because my daughter, I'm always telling my daughter, what do you want to try? What do you, and it's difficult to branch out to all these sports at once. So I think that's amazing. It's something that, man, I would definitely look into. So I gotta ask, Midland.
Yeah.
What brought you here?
So it's funny, coaching with the Cowboys, me and Leon Lett became just real good friends. And one day he's like, I'm going to go to one of my buddy's house and I'm going to buy a purse. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm going to come with you. And his wife sells the purses. And we go over there. I don't see a purse that's in my budget. So I don't purchase a purse. But he gets one. And then I get home and I'm like, oh, man, I dropped my ID. So get a call like, hey, man, your ID's at my house. I'm like, who's this guy calling me? But not realizing that I left my ID at this lady's house and her husband finds it underneath her kitchen table. So,
oh, man, yeah.
So the guy, he calls me, so I go over there and pick it up, and his name is John Volk. And ever since then, we've been the best of friends. I call him my Uncle John. He runs a company out here called Crew Support Services. They do man camps out here for people. So, and ever since then, he's been mentoring me. And when we were looking this year, we're like, okay, Coach McCarthy stepped down. What do we do? Do we, chase another football job, or what can we do? And we saw it wasn't an I-9 Sports here in West Texas, and we decided to bring that to the people. I mean, I-9 Sports, my kids have been in it. We've coached with the Redskins. They were out there in Virginia. When we coached in North Carolina, they were in I-9 Sports. And when we were in Frisco, they were in I-9 Sports. So it's a nationwide company. They have about 500 different locations all over the U.S., serve about 5 million families. So they didn't have it here in West Texas, and me and my wife said, all right, let's do it. So we picked up from Frisco, sold our house, and we're out here.
Wow. Well, shout out to Mr. Volk and Big Leon, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you guys. It's man. I'm glad you picked the area because I mean, I don't think anybody here, especially homegrown here, has that kind of vision of something like I-9 Sports, right? It's crazy. It's different. Usually here, you like football, you stick to football for your whole life, and that's what you do. And unless you do something like what Garrett is running right now, because he does multiple sports, but they don't do it all at once. If you want to try, but you stick to that. And we've always, as soon as I was ready for sports, football, that's what it is. And I played football until I didn't, right? But man, it's exciting. It's exciting. Anything to do with kids, and especially leading kids in the right direction, down the right path, I'm all for, and the Patch Boys are all for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think like it's cool to see, like like you were coaching NFL players, and you come down to help the children out, man, and you just to build them up. So is that a big transition for him? Sure, it is. But what is it like for you to deal with that stuff?
It's a great transition. I have a 9, a 7, and a 5-year-old boy.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of the reason for that kind of pivot or change, and I get to spend more time with them and get to help their friends grow and develop. So I know I've been blessed. I've been truly blessed to have some great mentors around me. And my only thing is I do the same thing that was done to me, and that'll come back to my kids. So maybe my kids are calling the Patch Boys up saying, "Hey man, hey, we coming back to Midland. What you guys got for me?" You know what I mean? So that's why I do it, man. I do it for my kids. I do it for the people that done it for me. And it's just trying to create that continued leadership role, so
it breeds nothing but success, man, when you do things for the right reasons. And so do your kids get involved at all, seeing as they've been through I-9 sports? Are you employing them at all, and how we should do things, how this and the other, anything like that?
So my kids, they're learning as we're having these meetings with city councils and meeting with parks and rec. So they're getting dragged along. They're forced to. They got to take a break from building their Legos. But my kids, they play all sports right now, but they have not played football. So when we start our leagues up, so we'll start our league in Lubbock here in August, and then we'll start a league in Midland in October, and that's for kids ages 3 to 12. And this is going to be their first time playing flag football. So they're excited, and they're like, all right. Like,
all boys, one girl.
All boys.
All boys. Here we go.
9, 7, and 5.
Here we go.
So it's
I'm already telling you, they're gonna be very welcome at Legacy High School. Might be back to Lee High School. We don't know yet. But obviously, the whole thing of Friday Night Lights over here, right?
Yeah.
So man, I gotta say, I'd love to watch him play for Lee. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, my oldest, he's 9. He's like, "Dad, please let me play." So, all right, what position you want to play? Linebacker. I'm like, oh God.
No, man.
Okay. So
you want to play the thumper?
Like, okay, but we'll see. This will be his first year playing flag, and then we'll go from there.
Oh man, that's cool.
Man, I'm telling you, I know you're preparing yourself. He's gonna fall in love. I'm sure.
Yeah. So
you've got to prepare yourself for that, but. No, I mean in this part of the country, right? Football's life, and so man, if he plays football, he's gonna have a lot of fans around here. I could tell you that.
I mean, the beautiful thing is when I grew up. Friday Night Lights came out when I was in high school. I believe I know it was my senior year. I vividly remember it, and to come out here and see the way they take football is truly amazing. The movie doesn't do it justice.
Right.
I remember 2 weeks ago, I'm driving home and I'm driving past the baseball stadium, those fields right there.
Yeah.
It's 8:00 at night and they have a full-blown football game going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, I called my dad. I said, you won't believe this. Like, they're out here, they're playing like full-on summer games, full pads. But it's amazing. And you know why these kids go out and they're successful in the workplace, because what they're doing on the football field, it translates.
It really does.
It translates. Hey, my boss got on me. That ain't nothing to what my coach said to me Friday night.
Exactly.
When we're playing Midland, Permian versus Midland. That ain't nothing, So
you learn how to follow so you can lead, man. It's just that's how it has to go.
And I'm seeing it right now because my son just graduated, and I tell everybody, man, I cried more on that last football game than I did during graduation.
Definitely.
And I cried the week I was watching old GMFL videos. Like, man, this kid, this killed it on this play, But now I see him like he actually has a job and stuff, and I see and he'll work a lot of hours, and it's like nothing to him. He's like, man, it's just I had a tough run fight, and I would tell him all the time, if you can remember plays like that, and you got the stadium and everybody, you can learn a coffee drink, bro.
Yes.
You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you can remember a whole sheet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's cool how you say that, because I believe that. That's why I always kept them in. Like, we used to do we met in football in 7th grade, man. And we did a off season at Ali, and I remember it killing me, bro.
2-a-days,
dude. But it brought something strong with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah,
man.
Those days of 2-a-days and powering through. I mean, you revisit it when you're out and you're working out in the sun and stuff. There's a reason, like you don't know the method to the madness until you're grown and you're out in the sun for 16 hours or whatever. And like, nah, we used to run 2-3 a day. Be all right. Yeah. And you just power through it. It's crazy what it breeds inside of a person. But we know that now it's kind of difficult to tell the kids. Hopefully their passion for the sport is what pushes them. I know that's the same thing with Aiden. The passion for the sport is what pushed them to get there. But it's great, man. It's amazing.
So like with the parents, have you seen like the families, have you seen how they get really, I feel like here in Midland, like when there's an event like that, kids, they want their kids in it, man. They want them learning stuff.
Yeah.
And especially if they see a Cowboy, somebody connected to the Cowboys, they're all over it. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
We've gotten a pretty good response from the community. I mean, it's been amazing. Like I said, just the hospitality. I mean, Midland ISD has been great as far as just helping us with the facilities. Miss Shelly Martin, shout out to her over there. Miss Heidi Winkler just helping me get connected. Big John Norman. Like, I mean, the list goes on. Just the people who've been just helpful in helping us integrate ourselves into the community. So yeah, it's been a great response so far.
that's good, man.
So
That's good.
for everybody that's listening and everything, how do they sign up? How do they get all that done?
Yeah, you just go to www.i9sports.com and then you type in your zip code and you'll see us pop up. You know, have all our events that's coming up here in Midland, have our leagues that's happening in October, have our summer camp that's happening next week, partner with Nike for that. So that was
man,
huge.
that's
So,
amazing.
yeah.
That's amazing. So y'all heard it, man. Get out there if you want your kids. Of course, there's more room. There's more than enough room for all associations that are going on in Midland. Of course, we know how crazy it can be signing up for one sport and like last minute stuff. There's no place to go or anything. Well, now we have another outlet, right, with I-9. And man, you heard the man is going to be amazing, and you're hearing it straight out of his mouth. So now, Patch Boys, we always try to dig for a little extra, you know what I mean? So the dig is, we all know you got connections with the NFL. We want to know who's going to be the invite out here to the camp. You got to have somebody in mind where you're going to say, hey, you know, maybe not this camp, but maybe somewheres along the line. Who are you making that call to? You give us a little exclusive.
I mean, you know it's going to be probably someone from the Cowboys who
Yeah,
play for
yeah.
the Cowboys. So, and I'll leave it at that.
You know,
so
Man, I never get that. I never get far. I try.
I mean, that's what will happen. But I mean, we plan on just bringing some great events, some quality people out here for the kids to learn skills, and then also just get something out of it.
Yeah,
Get something out
absolutely,
of it. Get something out of it that's going to translate and help.
Yeah, you got big Cowboy fans out here, man. The kids run wild with Cowboys jerseys and everything out here. Except for my kids.
My mom goes crazy over dude. I might get you to sign something in a minute just 'cause she's gonna want anything that's Cowboy out, you know. But you know, like I wanted to ask you too, like you've gone overseas, man. Like and so playing with those guys, what was it like from American football players to Germany and all that stuff? Like how was that in Canadian, right?
Yeah.
So
So I mean, great question. Number one, my first stint overseas was I went to Canada. I played with the Edmonton Eskimos. They're basically like the Green Bay Packers of the CFL. So that was an amazing experience. So my first week, I'm out there, and we're in Canada. I mean, I'm American. I don't explore outside of America at that point, you know. So I'm sleeping, and then I wake up, and the sun is out. I'm like, oh man, I'm late for practice. Put my clothes on, run downstairs. It's 4:00 in the morning. Because we're so far north, you know, the sun rises there. So that tripped me out. But playing 12-man football up there, the game is faster. You only get 3 down. The ball comes out quickly. But the people up there in Canada, like the nicest people ever. But that experience up there in Canada was just amazing. Then went back to school. Then I got the opportunity to go play overseas. My first stint was in Switzerland. That's actually where I met my wife. She's Swiss, grew up in Switzerland.
Wow, awesome.
And played there. And remember my first practice, I get to practice and see some heavy-set guy smoking a cigarette and drinking a Coca-Cola before the practice. I'm like, all right, what's going on? They're like, yeah, this is your offensive line. Like, okay. So, you know, they getting it in. But they go out there and practice. We won the championship there. That was a lot of fun. Going into our championship game, I'm like, all right, this team we play, they've won the championship. They're called the Kalanda Broncos. I played for the Basel Gladiators. And we had not won the championship, I think, in probably that was the first time we ever won the championship, the Basel team. And going into that game, I'm like, where's our starting safety? They're like, oh, he's a medical student. He can't come because if he hurts his hands, he can't perform his practicum, surgery practicum to pass and be a surgeon. So that's the difference where those guys have full-time jobs. You have doctors, you have lawyers on your team, and they can't come to practice. And then after that, I played in Germany, and the Germans are just crazy about football. I played in Frankfurt, Germany, and that was like a little American city. It was amazing. Learned how to speak German because I wanted to speak to girls before I was married. I had that in my contract. They had to pay for my German speaking class, so that was pretty fun.
That's awesome.
So Won a championship up there in Frankfurt, then moved back down to Switzerland, married my wife, and I became the youngest head coach in Europe at that time. I was 25, 26 years old. Somehow tricked them to hire me as a head coach. I had no idea what I was doing, but took the team to 2 straight playoff appearances, and that was pretty fun. And again, like, my safety can't come to practice, but he drives up and he's a police officer. You know what I mean? Like, just things like that. So learning the language and learning the culture was a lot of fun. And yeah, it was a excellent experience. And I had a job in the mornings, and then at night I would coach football. I was coach football. I was actually working for FIFA when I was out there. So that was knew nothing about soccer. And somehow they saw my resume and I was like, you play football?
You can do it.
Like, all right, come on, you know. So they hired me there, and that was a lot of fun. And then made the journey back out here to America. And our first stop was in Kansas, and I took my wife from Zurich, Switzerland to Independence, Kansas, and she stuck that out with me, didn't divorce me. And I said, if she can do this, like, we're good to go. And then we've kind of just been moving up the ladder ever since, and it's been an amazing experience.
That's a wild change. Man. Shout out to her. Yeah. Shout out to her, man. That's you want to talk about support. That's some support right there, man. Damn. So, you know, the NFL's obviously they've been flirting with the expansion outside of the United States. What do you think? Where do you think that'll land?
I think it has potential, but it's a lot of hoops you have to jump through, in my opinion. But the Europeans, the Australians, everybody internationally are crazy about football. That's one thing that I did do when I was living overseas before we moved back here. I took my wife to at least one game in London every time, and she couldn't believe it. Like, it was
London
amazing.
Goes crazy.
Yeah, London goes wild, and you'll see every kind of jersey out there.
That's crazy.
So, you know, you have all types of fans, and they just love football. Yeah. You know what I mean? They just love football. Wow, so
I'm waiting for the day. Honestly, right now they have flag, right? Flag is because the Olympics are going to be here.
Yep.
Of course, they're going to do flag football. But, man, I'm waiting for the day that tackle football becomes something like soccer, right? Yes, I'm saying soccer. I apologize, right? It's for the football fans out there. You know
that's
what I mean?
The other thing. You better call it American football.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and so I'm waiting for the day that it becomes that, and like we're here watching the USA team. We'll dominate for sure, but we're watching the USA team because there is, like, you know, they do all the and I forgot what it's called when they bring in a foreign player. I know the Raiders are doing it right now with
the international
huge program. With a huge, I don't know if he's they're going to play him defense or offense, but a huge tackle, and it doesn't count against, just to kind of start integrating people. And I know they go overseas and teach in China and everywhere, man. But I can't wait for the day that happens. And hearing you say all that stuff, you know, that foreigners love it. Like, man, imagine having that. For me, it's like having something in common with somebody across the world, right?
Yeah.
That they're going to be there. Somebody out there is rooting for the Raiders as hard as I am over here. It's just cool to think about. You know what I mean?
I mean, I would say they're almost rooting even harder over there because you're staying up to 4 o'clock in the morning watching the games. You know what I mean?
That is wild.
We thinking about work the next day.
That is crazy.
We're hurting at 9 a.m. getting up to watch the London games, right?
Yeah.
But I love those days, right? You get up real early and crack the TV and, like, man, it's awesome. There's already a game on.
And this guy watches every game, bro. Like, I watch this pretty much. I catch up with the Cowboys a couple here and there, but I mean, this guy Sunday, I ain't catching him for no pod, bro. Like, it ain't happening.
It's fantasy, man. Fantasy football, you know, pulls at my heartstrings. Right? I love fantasy football, and so I watch. Now I'm a players guy, right? Of course, the Raiders doesn't matter. I'm watching the Raiders game in totality, and then I'll go to Red Zone or whatever and just watch as much football as possible. But yeah, fantasy football is, you know, insane. Do you like fantasy? Do you play that ever?
Never
No.
played fantasy football.
And that's what they say. Like, it's few and far in between in the people who are actually involved in pro sports that are like fantasy. The hell with your fantasy football. Besides, like, Eckler, you know, Eckler's like, pick me, you know, which is cool, right? For the fantasy aspect is amazing to us, right? It's crazy, but you guys are living that shit, so it's not.
So when you came back, were you like excited to be like back in America with American football, or how was that like? You know?
I was ecstatic.
Really? Yeah, I bet you were, man.
I was ecstatic. I mean, it it was truly a dream and a blessing to go overseas. I mean, I never thought about getting my passport. I never thought about that. But that's the power of sports. But when I was over there,
Hey everybody, Patch Boys here. We want to do this quick short so we can provide some information about our new sponsors, Underdog Wireline. You can see I'm wearing their merch here. So I just want to tell you a few things that they provide. Of course, they're in Wireline. In Wireline, they provide pump down, logging, pipe recovery services, and as well production work. And some of the other stuff that they provide, they have emergency shower trailers and cool down trailers for rent. At the end of this, we're going to put their contact information. They believe in us, we believe in them, and I think we're a match made in heaven. We appreciate all the support, and we hope that you support Underdog Wireline as well. Thank you guys. Hey, what's up everybody? Patch Boys here, showing the new merch drop from Tejas Hustle, man. They got amazing hats. They just gave us a plethora of hats to show off. We got some corduroy hats, nice and soft, light as a feather. Some trucker hats, man, that you're used to wearing out in the patch. Looking amazing. We got some hunting gear. You know what I'm saying? Little orange love right there. And this hat that we're wearing right now, which Ricky's going to gush over in just a few seconds, man. We appreciate it. We appreciate Texas Hustle for hooking us up, man, making us look good.
Oh, yeah, man. We love it, man. We appreciate all the support. Like he said, I'm loving this hat, bro. This hat right here, look, man, it looks good on both of us, bro. And we got two different types of heads. So check them out, man. And, these guys support us. If you're looking for any shirts, you're looking for any decals, you're looking for any cowboy gear, something, man, check them out at TejasHatco.com. Look at their links on the bottom of our description on the episodes, and you can be able to get them. So support them like you support us. If you love us, you love the Permian Basin, you love the oil and gas industry, you love this local thing we got going, check them out, man, because they're doing great stuff, and we appreciate their support.
Shop local, and don't forget, keep on hustling, baby.
There you go.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Patch Boys here. Blessed again to be announcing another sponsor for us. This one's going to be Titan. They're running out of crane. They're real close to me. It's family. So we want you guys to support them like they support us, right? So they're running out of crane. If you want to get in contact with them, it's 432-307-1960. Some of the stuff that they offer right now, if they have rustabout maintenance crews, trash trailers, porta potties, combo trailers, forklifts, and they're adding more stuff every single day. So if you guys want to support them so they can continue to support us and give you all the content that you want, go ahead and give them a call. Thank you.
Had to teach myself another language, which again, I would say my foundation from sports and my foundation from the mentors I had in my life is like, man, you can do anything. You better do it, So But coming back over here was a blessing. I got to go home and coach in front of my family in DC, so that was an amazing experience. And then to come coach out here for my favorite team growing up, and it's my favorite team because my grandma, she loves Tony Dorsett. So
Tony Dorsett. Even I can bend the knee to Tony Dorsett. You know what I mean?
So it was amazing to come back and just. I thought I would stay over there the rest of my life, honestly.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
My uncle's a huge Redskins fan. He got married with a Redskins jacket, all kinds of stuff, bro. I mean, and if the Cowboys beat the Redskins, he won't answer that phone that day. But I think that's pretty cool, man. How you went from that's because that's like a big rivalry. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty neat. How one team to the next, and that's cool, man. And I wanted to ask you with the football players, bro. Wow. Like you see in Pollard and these guys get after it. Well, how are they on the sidelines, bro? Like, are they all pretty cool, or like they're ready to get it, or what?
I mean, everybody has their own personality. I laugh because they tell me I got to calm down. So you just have to know when and how to push their buttons. And I think that all comes with building a relationship off the field. Building a relationship outside of football, caring about them. Knowing what makes them go. Why do they do what they do? And I think that goes with everything in life. I know you guys know each other. When he's having a bad day. If you leave him alone, or if you want to say, "Hey, man, let that go," and keep going. So it's the same, man. And I think that's part of it that sometimes fans or people outside of ball just forget. And sometimes we got to remember as coaches, they're human beings too. They're going to make mistakes, but how are we going to respond to that? How are we going to help them get through that? Because they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So that's my biggest thing.
And that makes a lot of sense, and it makes a lot of sense why coaches have so much success. It makes a lot of sense because those guys that can be friends with every type of player, every type of person, and everything, and get them to run through a wall. Everybody likes to say that. They'll run through a wall for them. You know what I mean? That's it's crazy. And man, I hope to see the same thing in Vegas right now, right, with Pete Carroll, right, because that's who that guy is. And you're saying the same thing about Schottenheimer, right? The same coaching tree. So it's gonna be interesting this year, Rick.
And that was good info, because I was scared about that guy. Because,
Everybody's scared about him.
I wanted to kind of Deion Sanders, bro, for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
You hear that?
Hey, I went
Cowboys
to Colorado.
fans?
Y'all leave Deion alone. He's fine where he's at. Like, my Buffs are good. Like he does not need to leave.
Yeah, that's wild too, because you played for them, man.
Yes.
That's crazy. And what is it like for you? Like, you see how your school was before, and now Deion's there. It's like all these celebrities, everybody can't even get seats.
I mean, the thing is, if you go to University of Colorado, you get there and you're like, man, this place is beautiful. That's number one. And so now it's beautiful and we're winning. It's like, hey, it's heaven. It's as close as you're going to get to heaven right now, in my opinion. So I'm excited because this will be the first year I get to take my kids up there and go back. I haven't been back since 2013. So I'm excited to take my kids and say, hey, this is where Dad played, and this is my school, and this is why I'm crazy about it. So
I think college football's getting on another plane now, especially with everything in the transfer portal, NIL, everything that's adding to it. It's adding star power, right? Because it's crazy. I think like even like someone like Texas Tech, like they've been trying very hard. Of course, you know, they have the whole Patrick Mahomes, you know, trump card that they play with everybody, right? But now, like now that it's about, you know, money and enticing players and all that, a school like that is going to make a big leap. We all saw what happened with softball and how they recruited with, you know, $1 million will do a lot, you know. So I want to see the recruiting. Of course, the, you know, Colorado Buffs, they have Deion, and that kind of attracts players, right? So college football is becoming really exciting. I've never been a big college football guy. Simply because, like, you know, I didn't go to a school, so who do I really root for and everything? I want to see Arch Manning play, and I was a big fan of Shador. I just liked his bravado, right? And so I liked watching him play, and I think he's at some point going to take over that quarterback room eventually. I do think that, but we'll see. But I think college sports it's rising so fast. I know so many people here that stopped watching professional, and they have just gone to college, and they're like, man, it's way better. It's way better. Can't convince me of it yet, but you know, I'm starting to lean a little bit. But
the college atmosphere you can never replace or emulate at all. I mean, it's kids who just going to school and they're like, hey, my school's better than your school. I'm gonna root as loud as I can, and the spirit of it, it's all fun, you know. But I would say the money that's being involved and thrown around these players, I was born too soon. Number one. And number two, you see coaches like Coach Fran Brown up there in Syracuse who are taking the initiative to make sure these kids are educated as with the money they're getting and what to do with it and educating the parents. So I think that's a huge thing. And shout out to all the coaches who are doing that and educating these families on, you know, because Uncle Sam gonna get his.
Absolutely,
he really does, man.
Absolutely. I think a lot more players that would typically opt out of a degree. I think a lot more players are going to actually complete their degrees now because they don't have quite the necessity that they used to have. So I think it does work in a positive way also. But you know, some stuff is going to be crazy, like the whole Shamar Stewart situation in Cincinnati. He's now practicing with Texas A&M again. And he has the possibility of re-entering the draft next year, playing a whole nother year with Texas A&M. It's just it's a new insane portion of the game now between college and the pros, man. But it's amazing to watch. Me as a consumer and being entertained, like, it's amazing to watch that.
And I think Texas Tech is setting the standard for women's sport as well, because I think that's huge and something that's not spoken upon, right? Make sure we're spreading the wealth to them as well, because they're going out there putting the work, putting the time in, putting the effort in. So I think that's a huge thing for them.
Absolutely. We got daughters, both of us, man.
We're right there with you. We're right there with you.
Go get your meal.
Absolutely, man. It was amazing. The softball World Series, like this year, like people were all over it, including myself.
Yeah.
I would have never watched it.
Exactly.
Never watched it. But also, of course, we're in Texas. It was UT, Texas Tech.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was amazing. So I think we're definitely moving in the right direction. And of course, basketball now. Like a lot of girls are now watching WNBA and the whole thing with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, and I don't take none of that negatively. I think all of it and rivalry and all that makes sports great. And a lot of girls are paying attention now, and my daughter's like, Dad, teach me how to play basketball, which is great for me. Like, so I think sports all around, and it goes right into what you're doing, right? It's giving them a little touch of every sport, and it's great.
And is that hard too? Like with all the sports, like usually like it's just one camp, right? So you got all of them. So how was that for you? Like I guess you got other guys helping you, like you were saying, so that makes it a little easier, right? So
it's not hard because the people you surround yourself. We do a awesome job. Me and my wife, she does it really.
Yeah.
Say but just vetting the people and reaching out to people who've been influential to the community. So that's the biggest thing. And as far as also, I think that's something that we're proud of is we have some of the local high school players also helping out at the camp. We got a guy from Midland High School. He's helping out. He's one of the top offensive linemen here. His name is Big Prime, so he's going to be helping out. We got a guy named Vega from the baseball team in Midland High who's going to be helping out. So, I mean, that's something that we're proud about. Getting these guys community service hours, getting them letter of recommendation to college, right? And then also with us bringing in those business professionals, starting their network, right? Their network early, because it doesn't matter what you know, it matters who you know. So why not start in high school, right? Why not start right now? So that's something we're excited about.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent out here, and we know that best now. I think a lot of the talent, people don't realize how much goes around here. But when you look at it through the eyes of content, that's something that social media does do well for us. We look at it now through a lens of content, and we find so many people doing so many great things to the point that is difficult. We were pushing so hard to get you on, and we're like, man, when are we gonna do it? Like, there's so much stuff going on, so many people doing great things locally. And I think it's only going to help that you have some of the sports, some of the sports leaders in high school here going there, man, because there's a lot of talented kids, man, around here.
Yeah.
And they love football, man. They love all the sport. It's crazy when you see that, especially with football. Like I've always known it, but being a part of it and traveling with the team, and my daughter's she's gonna be a Dixie doll too. So so I'm still gonna be at the games, bro. Like I'm just not gonna, I know a few guys on the team, but that's about it, But I mean that being a part of it and seeing it, there's so much support around, especially here in West Texas, you know. But I mean, like I wanted to ask too, like last time when I first met you or we talked, you said you knew Donovan Carter too, right? So how did you know him too, man?
So when I was playing junior college football out in California, a couple of his teammates from his high school, he went to a high school called Birmingham High School. They had so many guys who were like the top players in high school, but one of them actually went to our junior college, and the rest of them were going down to UCLA. So we would go from our junior college in Valencia and drive down to UCLA, and we just hang out and party. So that's how, and we just been connected ever since. And
that's cool. He's a great guy, man.
Great dude. Dude.
I caught him on TikTok live, bro. Just like, hey, talk to Jerry Jones, bro. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. And he was just like, I'm trying, man. Like playing around, and he really came on. We were so excited, bro. Like that was wild for us. But when you said that, I was like, man, dang, you really know Donna. That's cool too, man.
DC, great dude.
Yeah. He's amazing, man. He's amazing. The fact that he would get on, as busy as that guy is, that guy is busy. And he would come and give us, an hour of his time. Was amazing.
We ended up playing against each other in college too. So,
really?
Yeah. So that was fun. So,
That's cool, man. And awesome, so you were a linebacker. Oh no, you're a running back.
So I went to college and I got recruited as a linebacker. And then my senior year we had a coaching change, and that's when I switched to fullback. So
your choice.
Yeah, it was my choice.
So you would prefer to play fullback?
I mean, either or you run into a wall,
both, so
I mean, for me at that time, I'm like, all right, I'm not getting that much playing time. How can I help the team? And I get to prove that can go bang against the guys who are in front of me. So I'm like, went to fullback and started my senior year, and got the opportunity to move on from there.
That's awesome, man.
I bet that was cool, like, because you played linebacker so long that when you went to a running back, you're like, dude, I kind of know what you're gonna do now.
Yes, exactly. And then I had one of the best running back coaches ever in Eric Bieniemy.
Oh man,
that was my running back coach. Yeah, so
is he really as tough as people say?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
he's him
off the field. I mean, he's a father. You know, he's a mentor. He's a husband. I mean,
So he's got to switch. Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah, he's got to switch.
He is so far past the point of getting an opportunity. Like somebody needs to hire that guy.
Yeah.
So Eric Bieniemy was an offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
And he's moved to multiple places, but he's been a head coaching candidate for like the past 4 years. To where, because obviously Kansas City had a nice run. Andy Reid calls the plays and everything, but a lot of the credit that was given on some of those runs was to Eric Bieniemy. And so they really, I know 2 years ago they were like, for sure one of these jobs has to go to Eric Bieniemy, and it didn't. And so everybody's like, these guys don't want the hard nose, and that's all I heard, right? So I had no idea, but I mean, we're used to is hard nose. Everything that you get in Texas is hard nose. I never had a coach that was like, hey, come here, buddy. Let me show you. And we're used to that. I don't know if I trust a coach that when I walk on the field, he's like, come here, let me show you exactly in a soft voice. And nah, man, you're taught to be rugged. You're taught to be tough. Not to an extreme extent, right? Obviously, right? But man, if you're gonna survive this heat and you're gonna survive the hits and you're gonna survive everything, like, you need a little bit of tough love. But it's exactly as you said. Some of the coaches come to mind, and they were also teachers. Obviously, when you're in high school and when you're out in their class, like, they're cutting up and everything. They're really awesome guys, And so many of those guys have an effect on our lives, even though we didn't know it at the time. So, man, let's hope Eric Bieniemy, the guy needs a chance, man.
I mean, I
think he's going to be great.
The thing about EV is that doesn't bother him. He's where his feet are, and he's going to do a great job being a running back coach out in Chicago. So, going to do his thing. And that's the thing about all coaches. You don't let things bother you. You keep it moving because you know why you do what you do. You know you're mentoring young men. You're teaching them how to be fathers, how to be husbands, and how to be brothers to the men that's playing next to them. So,
And I know in coaching, like, still sticking with the league, right? In coaching, you guys definitely do it for the love of the game. The amount of stress that goes into coaching, because just seeing like behind the scenes and
hard knocks,
scrutiny and all that stuff that comes with it. Obviously they do it for the love of the game. You guys do it for the love of the game. But how is the business side? Like, obviously you were up close and personal with the business side of things. How does that affect you, the locker room? How do people, or is it just literally like, cut that guy, this guy's coming in, that guy changed this, like it's just fast moving? Or how does that work? Do you have time to digest stuff like that, or?
You handle it and you try to digest it as fast as you can, especially when you're talking about releasing a guy, because you got to remember he's got a family to feed at home, and then he's trying to think what's next. Just like us as coaches, you got to change and adjust, right? Like that's what happens. But I would say when you build relationships with people, you definitely feel for them and you try to help them out, and you keep in contact with them when you can. Some guys want to be in contact with, and some guys don't, and that's their preference. But know in your heart you did everything you can for that young man on and off the field, and you wish him the best.
Yeah,
and that's the same thing that they do for us. Yeah, Mr. Jones, hey, you didn't get it done. We wish you the best, but you're also appreciative of the opportunity, because the platform that they give you coaching in the NFL, no one can ever take that away.
Oh no,
it's 1 of 32, so you're grateful for the opportunity. And now what can I do with that opportunity? How can I share my experience with someone else so they can be successful, whether that's football or something else?
Yeah. No, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Especially when I see y'all with the little kiosk thing, y'all show them like, how do you get that play so quick, dude?
Yeah, so we got a guy. Our video department does a great job. They got to take pictures, so it's only pictures on there. So they'll take a picture, take a snapshot, but they got to take it right at the correct moment. So they're taking pictures as the play goes. So they got to be on it. So yeah, our guys did a great job. And then you go to the surface, and sometimes the Wi-Fi might not be working because so many people in the stadium. So now you got to just coach off of your play sheet, because I will write down each play after the play, and I'll have them numbered 1 through 150 and write down the play. And then you try to take notes as you're looking up. So then that's when your backups come in, and they're like, okay, what'd you see on that play? Oh, I saw the linebacker blitz. You watch the far side, I'm watching the near side. So there's a lot of communication.
Oh, cool.
And that's again, I keep going to it, but the way we're communicating on the field, that's how you got to communicate somebody on the oil rig. You know what I mean? Like, hey man, hold this. I need this wrench, man. Hey, we better tighten that thing up for a blow. You know what I mean? So
communication for everything.
That's what it's all about: proper communication and effective communication. So it's fun. And then you got the people screaming, and if you're on the road, yelling, you know what I mean? But it's an experience, man. It's an experience, man.
And how loud is the Chiefs stadium, bro? Like our sponsors, Underdog, they're big Chiefs fan. I want to know how loud does it get in there, bro?
So we went when we were coaching in Kansas. Bieniemy was in we're coaching with the Chiefs, and we would go to the games, and like it gets crazy. Like it was wild. Our kids, we have pictures of our kids. They have little headphones on to protect their ears, but it's different. It's definitely different out there. Yeah,
so I love being in football games, man. I love it.
Yeah, it's fun, man. You know, and also like you met Jerry Jones, man. You know, so what's he like, man? Is he a pretty cool guy? You know, like
Mr. Jones is the best, man.
Smooth.
When you talk to him,
operator.
You'll think you're his best friend, but that's who he is. He treats everyone the same, whether it's the janitor, whether you're the VP of another company. It doesn't matter. Like,
wow.
Treat you with a smile, greet you with a smile, and keep it moving.
That's a big compliment, man. That's some for somebody to say something like that about somebody. That's a huge.
No, the guy can act. The
other thing is, you don't see Mr. Jones walking around with security.
That's true.
If you ever look at that,
that's true. Yeah.
Hey man, I'm Mr. Jones. I'm here. Like you want a picture, sign an autograph. I mean, he's the only owner I've seen after games. He's shaking the hands of fans. He walks out the same exit we walk out of. Yeah. So when he walked out, my uncle came to the Pittsburgh game. He got a picture with Mr. Jones. Other owners not doing that.
Wow, that's
I never thought of it like that.
I mean, you notice now, like, that's true.
That would just show him in the booth, you know what I mean, or whatever. So, that's wild. Yeah, so what did you think about his acting whenever he did that scene, Landman scene?
What can't he do? He can sell tickets, he can win the Super Bowl, and he can act like it's booby mouth.
That's crazy.
He really
it's funny. Everybody, I remember it being like an episode or two behind or something. And everybody's like, "You see Jerry Jones yet?" Like, nah, because I have all my friends that are Cowboy fans. You see Jerry yet? Like, no, I haven't seen Jerry yet, bro. Hold on. And I finally got to it. And I was like, all right, he did a good job.
I mean, that's the same thing I was thinking. I was like, all right. Like, I don't know how good it's going to be. And I was like, okay.
I felt sad for him.
He had that tearjerker. Like, that was, like, he was speaking from the heart. But you got to, like, damn, this is a movie. This is a show. You snap into it, man.
That's crazy, man. I never thought about Jerry Jones walking like that and, no security or nothing. That's pretty crazy to think of, man, you know?
Yeah. But he's a people's person. He loves the people. He's so grateful of the fans and grateful for us coming in to coach. And he says it's a privilege, not a right, to work for the Dallas Cowboys, and that's the truth.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
And so you worked under Coach McCarthy, man. How's he like? Like, what's he like?
Coach McCarthy's a family man, a funny dude, and he loves to win football games. He loves to have fun. And one thing he always tells us: take care of your family. Yeah. That's one thing he just always preaches: take care of your family.
That's the message, man.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that.
I know him and Aaron Rodgers are pretty close, man. So he seemed like a good dude.
Great man.
That's crazy. So awesome. When you went from coaching, what's your favorite type of coaching, man? Like, like you do two. I know you play defense, played offense. What's your favorite type?
My favorite type of coaching is just get on me. I mean, that's what I'm used to. I mean, I talk to every single one of my coaches from Pee Wee on right now to this day. I always make sure I send them a Father's Day message, make sure I check up on them, because every single one of them I learned something from. So I think the biggest thing as coaching is to show me who you are and see that you care. And all my coaches did, they cared. And that was the biggest thing, I think everyone coaches differently, just as long as you're getting the right message across of what you want, how you want it, you detail with your work. I mean, you can say whatever to me, just don't talk about my mama.
That goes all around right there,
That's straight Texas right there. You sure you're from Texas? Shit. Yeah, man, we don't play with mamas. All right.
I like that, man. I like that, dude.
Man, well, okay, go ahead.
No, you're good, man. I mean, like, I was going to wait till Monday to put this out, but I think we're going to do it before. Just that, man. I know you got this big event coming. It's going to be, so everybody here, it's going to be on Tuesday, right?
It's going to be Tuesday. It's going to be at Bunch Elementary School from 9 to 3 p.m. It's called the Nike Kids Camp, where your kids going to learn football drills, baseball drills, basketball drills, and soccer drills. It's a co-ed camp for kids ages 5 to 12. Then after that, we'll have our leagues in Lubbock and in Midland, and we'll be offering flag football, t-ball / coaches pitch baseball, and soccer for the kids. And again, what separates us, I'm going to keep harping on it, we're teaching these kids what they're learning on the field. It's going to translate to them being great human beings outside the field. So, yeah.
Beautiful.
That was
Beautiful,
great.
beautiful,
That's a good
man.
little reel right there, man.
Absolutely. We're going to put that out. And hopefully
Yeah.
everybody goes out, man, supports this. This is an amazing thing for the community. And, man, thank you so much for coming on, man. Y'all know I-9 Sports. We're going to be pushing them out. We are going to have all the information, man.
Yeah.
Give them some love.
For sure,
Give
man.
them some love, man.
Appreciate you guys having me, and
course.
kudos to all the work you guys are doing, man. Just livening up West Texas. So
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We're trying, man. We're trying.
You ain't trying, you're doing, man.
Yeah,
You're
man.
doing. So.
Appreciate that,
Yeah.
man. Appreciate
Thank you.
it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll push all this out, man. Ricky, you got anything else?
No, man, thank you again. I mean, it was honestly, it was great insight, bro. It was
Yeah.
great conversation. You never know sometimes when they walk in, like, how's it going to go? But, man, it was really, it's like we know you, bro. Like, you're so
Appreciate
cool,
it.
man.
Appreciate
You know?
it.
Had some media training, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man.
I wish.
That was
No,
awesome.
that's all love, man. And if you want to give a shout out, you want to shout anybody out, they'll, you know, your wife. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Yeah.
Shout out to my wife first and foremost, Daniela Harrington. Appreciate you. And then shout out to John Volk, my Uncle John, Crew Support Services, and all the work they do for here in West Texas. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Man,
Yeah.
appreciate you guys. So
Yeah.
I think we're going to call it a wrap, man. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Yep. Yes. And all the links will be at the bottom. We'll have everything out
That's
there.
right.
Man. Yes, sir.
Guys, just wanted to come out here and say, make sure you hit up Underdog Wireline, man. These guys really know what they're doing. They got it going. I've worked with them personally on the field. I know you've heard me say it 100 times, but it's the truth. So look, they offer emergency shower trailers. They offer lay-down machines. They offer cool-down trailers. They even offer wireline, slick line, braided line, whatever you need. They probably got whatever line that you want, bro. So hit these guys up. Give them a call at this number, and support them like they support us.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Patch Boys again, here to announce yet another sponsor, Branded 14 Hot Shot Services LLC. They offer hot shot work, ESP spooling, ESP technician service, and heavy hauling with semis. These guys are local. They're helping us out, so we want to help them out. Go give them a call at 432-638-1755. All the other information we're going to put right down here, so you guys can give them a call, send them an email, however you need to get in contact with them. We appreciate it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Patch Boys here. Blessed again to be announcing another sponsor for us. This one's going to be Titan. They're running out of crane. They're real close to me. It's family. So we want you guys to support them like they support us, right? So they're running out of crane. If you want to get in contact with them, it's 432-307-1960. Some of the stuff that they offer right now, if they have rustabout maintenance crews, trash trailers, porta potties, combo trailers, forklifts, and they're adding more stuff every single day. So if you guys want to support them so they can continue to support us and give you all the content that you want, go ahead and give them a call. Thank you.